Okay, so I need to tell you something about what's happening tomorrow, and honestly, I think this could be one of the most healing moments we're going to experience all year. On March 3rd, we're getting a total lunar eclipse in Virgo, and I know what you might be thinking, another eclipse, another big cosmic event. But here's the thing, this one is different. This isn't just about transformation or major shifts. I really believe this eclipse is here to heal you, like genuinely heal parts of your life that have been broken or stuck for way longer than they should have been. And if you've been feeling this weird mix of exhaustion and hope lately, like something inside you is finally ready to let go, there's a reason for that. You're already feeling the energy of this eclipse, and honestly, you're not alone in this. Now, if you've been noticing some really specific physical sensations in your body over the past few days, and I'm talking about things you can't quite explain, stay with me on this one. There's a very particular reason that's happening, and I'm going to break it down for you later in this video. But first I need to explain why tomorrow feels so different from other eclipses, because this isn't just any lunar eclipse, this is happening in Virgo. And Virgo energy? It's all about purification, refinement, and releasing what no longer serves you. When you combine that with the intense reset energy of a total lunar eclipse, you get something really powerful. I believe this eclipse is specifically designed to clear karma from 3 major areas of your life. And when I say clear karma, I don't just mean surface-level stuff. I'm talking about deep ancestral patterns. Things you've been carrying that maybe weren't even yours to begin with. Tomorrow is when those chains finally break. This eclipse is different, and you've probably already felt it. So here's what I've been noticing, and I've been feeling this myself. This eclipse energy doesn't feel chaotic like some of the others we've experienced. It feels cleansing. Does that make sense? Most eclipses come in hot and heavy, shaking everything up, forcing massive change whether you're ready or not. But this Virgo eclipse, I think it's working differently. It's precise, surgical almost. Like the universe is going in with laser focus to remove exactly what needs to go. Nothing more, nothing less. And I really believe that's the Virgo influence. Virgo doesn't do drama for drama's sake. It's practical, it's methodical, it knows exactly what's broken and exactly how to fix it. So when an eclipse happens in this sign, I think it's less about destruction and more about restoration. Have you noticed how different this feels compared to other cosmic events we've been through? There's less panic, less overwhelm. Instead, there's this quiet knowing. Like your soul already understands what's about to happen, and it's ready. It's been ready. Some of you might have been experiencing this as a deep fatigue, not the kind where you're physically tired. It's more like an emotional or spiritual exhaustion, like you've been fighting a battle for so long, and now your body is finally saying, okay, you can put down the sword now, it's over. And here's what I think that is. I believe your system is preparing for release. Tomorrow, when this eclipse reaches its peak, all that heaviness you've been carrying, I think it's going to start lifting. But before we get into the 3 specific areas where healing is about to happen, there's something even more important you need to understand. The Virgo eclipse works through your physical body first. This is what most people don't realize about Virgo energy. It doesn't just work on your emotions or your mind, it works through your physical body. And that's why so many of you have probably been feeling strange sensations over the past few days. Maybe you've noticed tension in your shoulders that won't go away, no matter how much you stretch. Or maybe you've been experiencing odd digestive issues, your stomach feeling off, even though you haven't changed what you're eating. Some of you might have even noticed your sleep patterns completely shifting, waking up at strange hours or sleeping way more than usual. And if that's you, I really want you to know, you're not imagining this. This isn't random. I believe your body is actively clearing out old energy right now. Virgo rules the digestive system, daily routines and physical health. So when an eclipse happens in this sign, your body becomes the primary channel for release. Think about it like this. Your body holds onto trauma, stress, and emotional pain in very real physical ways. Tension in your jaw from years of not speaking your truth. Tightness in your chest from suppressed emotions. Fatigue from carrying burdens that were never yours to carry. Tomorrow's eclipse is giving your body permission to finally let all of that go, but it doesn't happen all at once in some dramatic moment. I think it's already been happening. The past few days have been the preparation phase, your system getting ready to release what it's been holding. So if you've been feeling physically off, uncomfortable, or just weird in your body lately, that's actually a good sign. It means the healing has already begun. And honestly, this was a big aha moment for me when I started understanding how Virgo eclipses work differently from others. The first area of healing, your relationship with perfectionism and self-criticism. Alright, so here's where it gets really personal. The first area where I believe this eclipse is going to bring deep healing is in how you treat yourself. Specifically, your inner dialogue, the voice in your head that's been way too harsh for way too long. If you've struggled with perfectionism, if you felt like nothing you do is ever good enough, if you constantly critique yourself, replay your mistakes, or set impossible standards, this eclipse is for you. Because I really think tomorrow is when that pattern finally starts to dissolve. Here's the thing about Virgo energy. At its lowest expression, it's hypercritical. It sees every flaw, every imperfection, every way something could be better. And when you internalize that energy, it turns into a relentless inner critic that never lets you rest. But at its highest expression, Virgo is about discernment, not judgment. It's about improvement, not perfection. And this eclipse is here to help you shift from one to the other. Have you noticed yourself being unusually hard on yourself lately? Like even more than usual? Maybe you've been beating yourself up over small mistakes, or feeling like you're falling behind in ways you can't even articulate. If that resonates, I don't think it's a coincidence. I believe what's happening is that all of that old self-criticism is rising to the surface one last time before it clears. The eclipse is bringing it up so you can finally see it for what it is. Not truth, just conditioning. Patterns you picked up somewhere along the way that convinced you that you had to be perfect to be worthy. And tomorrow, when the moon goes dark and then re-emerges, I think that's when the shift happens. The voice that's been telling you you're not enough, you're not doing enough, you're not trying hard enough, it starts to fade. And in its place, something gentler emerges. You might start catching yourself being kinder in your self-talk, giving yourself grace instead of criticism, recognizing your efforts instead of only seeing your perceived failures. Does that sound like something you need right now? Because I really believe this is one of the most important healings that can happen. When you stop being at war with yourself, everything changes. Your energy shifts, your relationships improve, your work gets better. Not because you're pushing harder, but because you're finally working with yourself instead of against yourself. And this healing, once it starts tomorrow, I don't think it stops. This is a permanent shift. The karma around perfectionism and self-judgment, it's clearing for good. The second area of healing, your daily habits and relationship with work. The second area where I think this eclipse is bringing massive healing is in your daily life, your routines, your work, the way you spend your time and energy every single day. Virgo rules the 6th house in astrology, which is all about daily habits, health, work, and service. So when an eclipse happens in Virgo, it's like a cosmic intervention in the patterns that make up your everyday existence. And I'm going to be honest with you, if your daily routine has been draining you, if your work feels meaningless, if you've been stuck in habits that you know aren't serving you but you can't seem to break, this eclipse is about to change that. Have you been feeling this growing restlessness about how you spend your days, like you're going through the motions but nothing feels fulfilling anymore? Maybe you've been in a job that used to be fine but now feels completely wrong. Or maybe your schedule is packed, but you can't remember the last time you did something that actually energized you. I think what's happening is that the old structure is collapsing. The way you've been living your daily life, it doesn't match who you're becoming. And tomorrow's eclipse is the breaking point. It's when the universe says, okay, we're done with this version. It's time for something new. Now, am I saying everyone's going to quit their job or completely overhaul their life tomorrow? No, I can't say that for certain. But what I do believe is that the energy will shift in a way that makes the old patterns impossible to maintain. Maybe you'll suddenly have this clarity about what needs to change, or maybe you'll just lose the ability to keep forcing yourself through routines that are killing your spirit. Either way, the healing comes from finally being honest about what's not working. And here's the part that really gets my attention. Virgo energy doesn't just break things down, it rebuilds them better. So while your old habits and routines might be falling apart, new ones are going to start forming. Healthier ones, more aligned ones. You might find yourself naturally gravitating toward better sleep patterns, or suddenly having the motivation to move your body in ways that actually feel good. Or realizing you need to set boundaries around your work hours that you've never set before. This isn't about forcing change. I really believe this is about your body and soul finally aligning with what they've needed all along. The karma around overworking, people-pleasing through your labor, or sacrificing your well-being for productivity, it's being cleared. And when that clears, you don't have to push yourself into better habits. They just happen because you're finally in alignment with your true rhythm instead of fighting against it. The third area of healing, your physical health and relationship with your body. All right, so the third area, and this is the one I think is going to surprise a lot of people, is your physical body itself, your health, the way you've been treating your physical vessel. Remember when I said at the beginning that if you've been experiencing specific physical sensations, there's a reason? Well, this is it. I believe this eclipse is here to heal your relationship with your body in ways you might not have even realized were broken. For so many of us, our bodies have become something we criticize, ignore, or push past their limits. We treat them like machines that are supposed to keep running no matter what. We ignore the signals they send us. We override their needs. We judge them for not looking or performing the way we think they should. And I think tomorrow's eclipse is saying, no more. Virgo rules physical health and the body's systems. When an eclipse happens here, I believe it's activating a deep healing in how you perceive and care for your physical self. And for some of you, this might mean finally addressing health issues you've been putting off, symptoms you've been ignoring, warning signs your body has been sending that you haven't wanted to face. But it's not just about fixing what's broken. I think this is about fundamentally shifting how you relate to your body. Moving from seeing it as something that needs to be controlled or perfected to seeing it as something sacred that deserves to be honored. Have you noticed yourself suddenly feeling more aware of what your body needs lately, like maybe you're craving certain foods you normally wouldn't eat, or feeling drawn to rest when you'd usually push through? That's not weakness. I believe that's your body finally being heard. The karma being cleared here is deep. It might be ancestral patterns around health and wellness. It might be cultural conditioning about what bodies should look like or how they should function. It might be personal trauma stored in your physical form that's finally ready to release. And when this healing happens, when you start truly listening to and honoring your body, everything else starts to fall into place. Because your body is your home in this lifetime. When you're at peace with it, when you're working with it instead of against it, you have a foundation that can't be shaken. Some of you might experience physical releases during or after the eclipse, crying that comes out of nowhere, tension finally releasing from places it's been held for years, digestive issues clearing up, sleep improving, energy returning. These aren't just random improvements. I think they're karmic clearings manifesting in your physical reality. You're going to feel the shift before you see it. So here's something I've been thinking about a lot. With this eclipse happening tomorrow, you might not see massive external changes right away. And I really want you to understand that this is completely normal, especially with Virgo energy. Virgo works internally first. The shifts happen on the inside before they show up on the outside. So tomorrow, when the eclipse peaks, you might not have some big dramatic moment, but you will feel different. Does that make sense? It might be subtle at first, a sense of lightness you haven't felt in a while, a moment where you catch yourself being gentle with yourself instead of critical. A sudden clarity about what you need to change in your daily routine, an intuitive knowing that something has released. And if you don't feel anything immediately, please don't panic. I've learned that these cosmic events work on their own timeline. For some people, the healing is instant. For others, it unfolds over the days and weeks following the eclipse. Both are completely valid. What I really want you to remember is this: the healing is happening whether you consciously feel it or not. Your soul knows what it's doing. Your body knows how to release what it's been carrying. Trust the process, even when you can't see the results yet. And honestly, some of the deepest healings are the ones you don't even notice happening. You just wake up one day a few weeks from now and realize that something that used to bother you doesn't anymore, or that a pattern you've struggled with for years just stopped. That's how Virgo energy works. Quietly, efficiently, thoroughly. The physical sensations are confirmation that it's working. Remember those physical sensations I mentioned earlier, the ones you might have been experiencing over the past few days? Well, here's what I think they actually mean. If you've been feeling tingling in your hands or feet, that's energy moving through your body. If you've had strange pressure in your chest or solar plexus, I believe that's old emotional energy preparing to release. If you've been experiencing waves of heat or cold for no apparent reason, that's your nervous system recalibrating. These aren't symptoms of something wrong. I really believe these are signs that the healing is already in motion. Your body is actively clearing out what no longer serves you, and the more you can relax into these sensations instead of resisting them, the smoother the process will be. Some people might also notice their intuition getting stronger in the days around this eclipse, random knowing, gut feelings that turn out to be accurate, a sense of clarity about situations that were previously confusing. If that's happening to you, I think it's because as you clear the old karmic patterns, your channel to your higher self becomes clearer. You're not just healing from the past, you're also opening up to receive guidance for your future, and honestly, that's the real gift of this eclipse. It's not just about what you're releasing, it's about what you're becoming available to receive. Tomorrow is a new beginning, but only if you allow it. I'm going to be really honest with you. This eclipse is offering you a massive opportunity, a chance to clear karma that might have been following you for lifetimes. But here's the thing, you have to be willing to let it go. Some people will feel this energy and resist it. They'll hold on to their perfectionism because it feels safe. They'll cling to their unhealthy routines because change is scary. They'll ignore their body's signals because acknowledging them means having to make different choices. And I'm not judging that. I get it. Sometimes what's familiar feels safer than what's unknown, even when what's familiar is hurting us. But if you're watching this video, I don't think you're here to play it safe. I think you're here because some part of you is ready to release, ready to heal, ready to step into a version of yourself that's lighter, freer, and more aligned than ever before. Tomorrow, when that moon goes dark, I want you to take a moment, get quiet, put your hand on your heart and just say, either out loud or in your mind, I'm ready to release what no longer serves me. I'm ready to heal. That's it. You don't need to do anything elaborate. You don't need a big ritual or ceremony. Just that simple acknowledgement, that permission you're giving yourself to let go. And then trust. Trust that your body knows how to heal. Trust that your soul knows what needs to release. Trust that this eclipse is working in your favor, even if you can't see the full picture yet. Because I really believe that on the other side of this, after the karma clears, after the healing settles, you're going to be a different person. Not in a way that makes you unrecognizable, but in a way that makes you more yourself than you've ever been. The version of you that doesn't need to be perfect, the version of you that honors your body and your daily rhythms, the version of you that's free from patterns that were never yours to carry in the first place. That version, I think you're about to meet them. And honestly, I think you're going to love who you find. All right, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you and you want more content like this, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. It helps more than you know. And please, drop your experiences in the comments. I really want to hear what you've been going through. Are you feeling any of these physical sensations? Have you noticed shifts in how you talk to yourself? I read every single comment, and honestly, I love connecting with you all and hearing your stories. Take care of yourself tomorrow, be gentle with yourself, and remember, you're not alone in this. We're all going through this healing together. I'll see you in the next one.